Hello and good morning.
Hello,
Welcome to a beautiful morning.
Where are we? We're in War Memorial Park in, is this past Christian?
Past Christian.
The beach is behind the camera. So we've got a great, not quite a view of the water because there's a bit of a hill right here, it looks like. I can't see it.
But we're surrounded by some very old oak trees. They've got plaques on them estimating their ages, 140 years plus. And that was back, the plaques were from 2017.
Yeah.
So a lot of beautiful nature around us.
Yeah, we've got a lot of squirrels today, a lot of birds, and it's a beautiful day. And today, I think, we were discussing this earlier, and when we get together, we don't usually think too far ahead about what these things are going to be about. But with everything that's going on, I found it a good time to start, or not start, to just talk about effort and like.
We got a truck.
We'll wait on the fire truck.
The universe trying to get you not to talk about it.
I know. But yeah, they're like just work in general. It's like, coming up in this part of the world, in this country, there's this idea that you must work hard, like struggle, effort. I was thinking about that line in Any Given Sunday with Pacino. We claw with our fingernails for that inch, like.
But yeah, it's taught to us throughout. Oh, if you're going to have a good work ethic, you don't sit down to take a break. If inevitably, I could be busting ass all for hours, and as soon as I sit down just to take a break, that's when the boss is going to walk up, and he's going to yell at you. And that is ingrained into our psyche. I mean, as from very young.
The whole just charge forward, and like
pedal to the metal.
And everything oscillates. Like everything comes in waves of ups and downs, and like work doesn't build into anything if there's not that oscillation of yes, we can push forward, but then we also need to rest and relax and pull back and allow the work we've done to propagate, to ripple out and come back and actually feel that wave coming back and feeling that as a point, okay, I need to rest through this, because then if I fight now, I'm pushing against the wave that I just created.
And we hear it so many times, having a work-life balance, but nobody listens to that.
And the system is set up against that,
Mandatory overtime.
It's shifting now. I think we're seeing absurdity is reaching its maximum, in the world. And things happen every day and we go, this is absurd, and yet it's happening.
But it's happening at such a machine gun repetition every day. We're getting numb to it. We're feeling it, but it's getting oh, okay, it's something else stupid happening, because we're getting numb to it, because it's just constantly bombarding with it, the different absurdities.
And if you think about spectrums of anything these days, it's everything is on a spectrum of some kind. So it's you've got the people that are, so over it that they're checked out. They're not paying attention. They've drifted away from watching the news or being concerned about what's going on, because it's like they don't feel they can do anything about it, or it feels like a hopeless situation, or whatever the situation is. They're just mentally out.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other end of that spectrum, you have I'm letting this outside situation, this political situation, this geopolitical problem, I'm letting it affect me in my day to day, where it's like, on the other end of it's not affecting me at all because I'm so disconnected, to this is affecting me too much. Like, I'm too locked into it.
I've been on both sides of that spectrum.
I have too. I recognize both well, because it's like, you have to, if you're going to have like a full experience as a human, it's like, you have to experience that, like, otherwise you don't have any boundaries. It's like, the boundaries sort of get created by yourself, where you're going, this is how much attention I want to pay this situation, and this is how much, I don't want it to. It's like, that's where everybody lives, is between those two things, But I think the message that I guess I wanted to kind of make sure gets expressed today, at least from my point of view, is just that attention and effort on situations that are like, truly on a day-to-day beyond your control. It's like, what can you choose, to take that energy, take that work, that effort that is happening internally, just from the tension. It's like, how can that be utilized in some way that's actually useful, And there's no like right or wrong answer to that, but it's like being aware of its effect and seeing the effect of your work, whether it's in creative things or in your actual work, but it's like, what am I trying to say here? It's like, I feel like the people that get caught up in the situations, which is easy to do, which makes sense to do. So, because you're looking at this thing and you're going, how does this possibly make any kind of sense?
It's like getting stuck in the mud, though. You're not having any traction. You can spin your wheels all day long, even if it's just resting. I mean, that's an action. But if you let it give you that paralysis where you don't do anything, but just being knowledgeable, being conscious that, hey, I can't necessarily make, my boss appreciate me more, or make the whatever the hell they're doing in Washington now. I can't physically change it right this second. But you may need to take a rest. You may need to kind of dwell on it, sit on it, think about it, meditate, pray, what actions you can take. And even the resting, though, and doing the meditation and doing the self-reflection is an action.
It slows the reaction.
Yeah.
That's what it does. That's just not hitting me. That's what it does. It slows your own reaction. Like,
it makes you take a breath, makes you take a step back. But just being the knowledgeable of it, though, that where you're at. Don't let it just paralyze you into, I can't do anything. I can't.
Yeah, it's like to tie this back to like the work thing, the effort thing. It's a timing of like learning how to feel when you should be pushing forward and when you should be leaning back.
Feeling the pulses, feeling the waves, timing. I mean,
where should I engage?
Yeah.
Like, effectively.
Surfer. I'm not a surfer. We don't have waves here. Never been on a surfboard in my life. But I've watched Point Break. Oh, that makes me an expert, right? They're waiting for the big waves. They're watching the waves. They're sitting there and they're waiting for the action for the right time to swim out, to catch the wave, to ride the wave back in.
Yeah, I like that. I've used that analogy before when it's like people that, I don't know who I was talking to. It's people that feel sort of like they don't have a solid direction or a good angle. I was thinking about that or journaling about it or something, and I realized that like you're usually the same people that also don't know what they want or don't know themselves well enough to know what they want. And so like that separation of like, ooh, I resonate with this and this and this and this is cool and this is thing, it's like that creates this, like there's this bubble of resonant stuff that's like you're into, that you like or you believe or you whatever. And then there's like everything that this doesn't resonate for me. I don't appreciate this at all. That doesn't make sense. Blah blah blah. Blah, da, 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 and all of a sudden you've got this ridge forming between like what you want and don't want. And it's like you can learn to like ride that wave, you know, where it's like you don't let the negative stuff that's coming in from the outside like bend you to the point that you're knocked off your board. It's like, yeah, it's like turbulent. Yeah, but it's like the more you do that, the more practice you have at it, it's like the less those things affect you.
I've noticed that in my own life. I used to be able to not be affected by things that used to set me off. You know, that would just make me so mad. No, we all get mad still. We all have our emotions. We're supposed to have our emotions. We're supposed to experience all of them. But how do we let our emotions carry us forward? You know, are we going to be on that wave of anger and despair and just stay on that wave? Or are we going to just stay there? I don't know. I kind of got off track there a bit.
Fear leads to anger, and anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering, according to
the dark side.
I think that's a good place to end this one, huh? What you think? You want to pull some cards for you?
Yeah, let's do some cards. I like cards.
We'll do a quick card pull. Now again, if you're like, oh, tarot, that's freaky, that's whatever. Tarot is just a way to generate things for you to react to. The card comes up, like, how do you react to it?
Yeah, how do you interpret it, or how the meaning of the card and stuff, how does that relate to you?
So like earlier, you know, I did a pull and the death card came out. Now I know death is a transformation. I'm not worried about that card. And that's the polarity in all of this. It's like, yeah, death can mean death, but it means other things. And do we want to use... Yeah, let's upset everyone equally. And we'll ask ChatGPT about this if I can't figure out what they mean. Because we make them mean what we want them to mean.
Yep. I mean, even what ChatGPT says, we interpret it
from our
lenses of our views.
So we have the Princess of Pentacles, the Mage, the Magician, and the Lovers. So I know that Pentacles represent like worldly structure, values, and whatnot. Princess, I think it's interesting, her stave or her staff, whatever that is pointed down. She's looking down.
And her shield.
Her shield is a yin yang, yeah. Yin yang, whatever how you say that. But yeah, we've been taught to be afraid of down, but The only reason down exists is because we have an up. Anyway, let's see what ChatGPT says about this spread. So continuing with a new pull and focus on the new year and the year of the fire horse and all that, I've pulled the Princess of Disc, I've pulled the Mage, and the Lovers.
Absolutely. Let's look at these with that fire horse energy in mind. Princess of Discs, she's all about nurturing new beginnings in the material world. Think of her as planting the seeds for the year ahead, patiently tending to what you want to grow. In the year of the fire horse, she brings a grounded balance to all that fiery momentum. The Magus, or the Magician, here's your manifestation power. The Magus is about using your will and skills to create your reality. With the fire horse energy, it's like you have the creative spark to turn your intentions into reality. The Lovers, this card is all about connection and choice. It's about aligning with what truly resonates, whether that's in relationships, partnerships, or choosing a path that feels in harmony with your authentic self. For the new year and the fire horse energy, you're planting new seeds with the Princess of Discs, harnessing your power to manifest with the Magus, and aligning with what truly resonates through the Lovers. It's a year of grounded creation, intentional magic, and heartfelt choices. Let me know if you need anything else.
Queen of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Fortune card.
Absolutely. Let's add these into the mix. Queen of Swords, this is the energy of clear thinking, honest communication, and intellectual independence. She encourages you to cut through confusion and see things as they are, using your wisdom to navigate whatever comes your way. Seven of Swords, this card can speak to strategy, discretion, or sometimes the need to be cautious about hidden motives. In the context of the fire horse year, it might be a reminder to stay sharp and trust your intellect as you move through any situations that require a bit of discernment. Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Here's the Wheel of Fortune bringing in the element of change and destiny. It's a reminder that cycles are always turning and that luck and timing can shift. With the fire horse energy, it suggests embracing the changes and trusting that the wheel is turning in your favor. In summary, as you move into this new year, the Queen of Swords encourages clarity and honesty. The Seven of Swords reminds you to be strategic and discerning, and the Wheel of Fortune brings in a sense of positive change and the turning of the tide. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to explore.
I've got the Five of Wands, the Emperor, and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. Change.
Absolutely. Let's weave these last cards into a meeting. Five of Wands, this card often speaks to some form of dynamic tension or competition. It might mean you're navigating a bit of creative friction or dealing with different viewpoints that are pushing you to grow. The Emperor. Here you have structure, authority, and the power to bring order to that chaos. The Emperor's energy is about taking control and creating a stable foundation. In the year of the fire horse, it's about harnessing that fiery energy with a clear sense of direction. Six of Cups, this card brings in a sense of nostalgia, emotional harmony, and reconnecting with something from the past that brings comfort. It's a reminder to balance all that structure and drive with a bit of heartfelt simplicity and emotional connection. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles, change, and as the underlying energy, the Two of Pentacles is all about flexibility and adapting to change. It's the ability to juggle different aspects of your life and stay balanced even when things are shifting. You're navigating a bit of dynamic tension, Five of Wands, but you have the Emperor's energy to create order and stability. And the Six of Cups reminds you to stay connected to what brings emotional warmth. Meanwhile, the Two of Pentacles encourages you to stay adaptable and open to change. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to explore.
Why in the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck is the Six of Cups labeled as pleasure, which seems to, I mean, it's aligned with the idea of comfort, but not really the same thing.
Absolutely. So in the Thoth deck, Aleister Crowley and Lady Frida Harris chose to give each card a unique keyword that captures the essence of that card's energy. The Six of Cups is labeled pleasure to emphasize the harmonious, joyful, and emotionally fulfilling qualities of this card. In the Thoth system, the sixes are linked to the idea of balance and beauty, often connected to the heart of the Tree of Life, Tiparath, which represents harmony and a sort of radiant central beauty. In the realm of cups, which are all about emotions and relationships, the 6 is that moment of emotional sweetness and harmony, hence pleasure. So yes, it's similar to comfort, but pleasure in the Thoth deck is really about that feeling of emotional fulfillment and the simple joy of shared harmonious connection. It's a reminder of the pure, heartfelt pleasures that come from emotionally balanced relationships.
There you go.
I like that he's it feels fiery. It's red, it's orange, yellows.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the Emperor card in this deck. This is a really pretty deck. If you, the art in it is gorgeous. But it's a very famous deck. But yes, Aleister Crowley Stowe's deck. If you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I think it's like, how do I say this? Like the fact that we sat here and like was able to, you know, go through this, have our thoughts about it, have our reactions to it. It's like we could do this 10 times and get 10 entirely different things to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the only thing that like really matters about doing this kind of stuff, is like, at least to me, is just like when you're by yourself especially, and like you don't want input from a system, a media, freaking Netflix or whatever, and you know, you don't want to read a book of somebody else's ideas about it, and you're sick and tired of like somebody telling you something and they don't really understand what's going on. You know, you could literally go through every single one of these things, and you know, even without, you know, I mean, AI is there because to get some traditional meaning, and I'm not really good at that kind of stuff. But you could sit there and think about what you thought about the colors, what you thought about the shapes,
What it means to you.
literally what it means to you, and it's pushing your mind through a range of motion, you know, that you're not going to get just, you know, I mean, you're going to get a different type of like algorithmically driven,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, swiping on your phone or whatever it is, which I do plenty of. But I don't know, it's like there's something about the ability to just think.
We don't.
About your thinking.
We're taught not to do that, though. We're taught not to do. Don't think. Keep your head down. Follow the rules.
Work hard.
Work hard. Pedal to the metal. Don't take a break. Don't find balance. We're going to keep you in fear.
Don't find balance. Oh my God. That's it, dude. It's just, this world is designed to keep you off balance. Just how well do you like stay on the rope, you know? Anyway, what do you think?
I think that's a good spot. I think that's a good spot. Appreciate all y'all coming in. If whoever listens to this.
Both of you.
Both of you, all two, all one. Nothing but love.